Today we're going to be talking about the maintenance on our automatic equipment, models 700, the 728, and the 718, and our 828. Really important to maintain a long-lasting life for your equipment is to make sure that you are doing proper maintenance. So there's some steps that you should all be following, and actually if you look in your manual on page 10, it goes through those steps with you if you'd like to review that. But also it is downloadable on our website. We'd also like to mention that the parts for the machinery and accessories are also available at www.instagraph.com. And then you type in the specific model that you have. Today I'm going to be using the model 728, and it will give you a list of parts that we recommend. So when you're looking for that, be sure you go on our web, and it's very easy to order. So let's get busy. We're going to talk about the 728. The first thing I wanted to talk about is maintaining the silicone pad. Believe it or not, this is a very integral part of the machine. So we highly recommend to keep this clean is either using a silicone sheet, or what we use in the office is a Teflon cover. And it actually is like an old ironing board cover. You put it on, goes through both corners, and it's very tight. And so your substrate and your transfer lay, if you have a mistake, it's very easy to clean it off. So when you're printing, be sure you're looking away from your zippers, keep away from your zippers, buttons, anything that could be jagged or uneven, because replacing that silicone pad is not cheap, and we want to make sure that using a cover would maintain the life. So greasing the machine is very, very important. We recommend our grease gun kit, and we want to make sure that you're greasing a couple places. So always around the back, and there's what we call a zerk fitting. So you take the grease gun kit and you actually insert it, and just, I don't want to open this, but with 1 or 2 squirts, you are greasing the machine. Now you see here today that we purposefully kept a little bit of grease on here. Make sure that this is always wiped away at night, the green that's coming off the zerk fitting and around here. This makes sure that if you put any kind of substrate around that, that surface area is extremely clean. With a lot of usage of your machine, you also accumulate excess ink on the top of the upper platen. All of you know that we do Teflon our upper platens. So making sure that that keeps very clean is also important. We recommend using a mineral spirits and a very soft cloth. I actually have used what we call Pelon, or something like a soft diaper, or maybe an old t-shirt that you don't use. It cannot have any abrasion on it, and it must be very soft. So when the machine is in the cool down position, swing it all the way out, and you make sure that that is very clean. Also look at it. Do you have scratches, any deep gouges? Those will actually affect the transfer application. So make sure that there's nothing rough or anything that could cause a dent or any type of mark on your upper platen. We recommend at night that the air pressure is actually turned down to 0. So that means pulling out and making sure that you go completely down, locked in position, tight every night. When you come in, you can move your air pressure up. We also recommend that you leak your air pressure, making sure that there's not excess liquid. And many times you're going to hear maybe a little whistling coming out of the machine. Now that whistling means that there's air particles or dirt in the air cylinder. Very easy to take out and clean. and make sure that the machine is maintained for a long time. Now, we do also offer a very high temp grease that can go in the cylinder on the bottom of the machine. And that is located, and you'll see it in your manual, on the very bottom underneath. So keeping and making sure that too is greased is important. So to grease underneath the machine, and again, you'll see it on the back post. Make sure. We recommend weekly. If you are using the machine 24/7, you might want to do it twice a week. It's like fueling your body with water. You need to make sure that this machine moves very easily, smoothly, and there's no force that you're going like this to make sure that the machine opens and closes. Should be a very smooth application. But again, make sure this area is cleaned. And one other position on the machine, as you all know, you have the ability for interchangeable lower platens. I want to make sure that below where the post comes in and out, that area is also clean, as well as the post. So again, watch your manual, page 10. Go through that, make sure that you are making sure that you're doing the proper maintenance. And many of those machines have lasted years and years and years. We have old blues in the field now that are probably 20, 30 years old. So take the time to maintain your machinery.